Bang, bang, ACH gang, it's me, my nigga, I said it's me. Your boy on Clutch TV, man, YouTube. What's going on, baby? Hope everybody doing well, feeling well, and get me, smelling well, you feel me? So look, YouTube, what's poppin', man? Look, we ain't about to have no long, drawn out conversations. You see what's on the screen. We reacted to Uncle Demi and the downfall of NBA 2K's park mode. And he's actually in this video saying that he's going to offer a solution. Let's find out.
All right, so my nephews, my nieces, man, we gotta have a heart-to-heart about this
Heart to
whole
heart.
dilemma with Park, man.
We're not going to be pausing. We're not going to be
I'm
doing a
not gonna
whole
lie
lot of
to
that
you.
because it's already
I first
12
started
minutes.
playing Park back
And I don't
in
want y'all to click off my video.
17.
But look,
the tail end
link
of
in the
it,
description for Uncle Demi's video in the
I was just a
description.
Play Now guy. So when the game
Link for his
first came
video,
out on
I mean. Did I
Dreamcast
say
in
link for his
2000,
description?
all the way up
I
to
don't know.
NBA 2K17, I just played my career Play Now. Like I just did Play Now and like the association, my GM, whatever. I never really played Park. My first experience with Park was on the back end of 2K17. My full experience of Park was 2K18. 2K18 wasn't the greatest game to experience Park with, but I did fall in love with the Park. For me. And to me, I put out a tweet, okay? So I did put out a tweet just asking the community, you know, what are some ideas that we can utilize to try to make Park great again? And why do we feel like the Park has declined? Okay, now I had in my mind what was the issue, and it's pretty much confirmed through the community that we're kind of on the same page. But I will say this,
man,
what
Park,
2K did to kill the Park wasn't done in a malicious way, right? 2K is not going to in any way, shape, or form do anything to try to hurt their bottom line, right?
Right.
But it's just one of those things that we just didn't see coming. Okay, so let me go ahead and pull up a couple of tweets for some guys first. The first one I want to talk about is Power. Power said, if you mean the actual Park, again, see, that's the funny thing about it, the actual Park. So what's going on right now is that a lot of people play nothing but theater, and that is not the Park, right? The actual Park is where we're out there in, you know, one of our affiliations playing outside, not matchmaking, standing on dots. That's the Park, right? He said there's just no reason to go there anymore. For fast rep, players go to matchmaking. For VC, they hit the stage. For easier games, Pro-Am 3v3, or just the 100 court. Yeah, I think he may be saying the ones court is a better option since it's less likely to have cheaters because there's no meter, right? So again, he has some more.
All right, so I'm only going to pause 3 times this video. That's the first time. And I'm going to keep this real sweet and to the point. 2K lost its essence because they focused on other modes and other things. The park mode, I'm gonna say, the park mode lost its essence because of that. They allocated all of the assets there, and they looked back and was like, "Oh yeah, you guys over there." So they just added some BS to the game. You know what I'm saying? Like to make people feel like, "Oh, we didn't forget about you." And I think one of the most slept on uh corners of my player is number one, my career, and then number two, Pro-Am. Pro-Am gets no love, bro. Pro-Am gets no love. So, yeah.
There, but that top part was what really mattered to me, was because this is right in line to what I believe, okay? Same thing, let's pull up Hank. Now, these are some bigger creators, so they understand, they've been here for a while. Consistent games and better, more fun gameplay, all right? Not people L2 cheesing every single play. That's a little bit different back end, that's different, but again, the consistent games is what stands out, all right? And again, let's go with my, where's you at? Park is gameplay, okay, you see. Here we go. And then Joey 2K, he said, I'd rather play Park over theater because the theater just looks bad to me, and I usually prefer the vibes of the Park, but now I just play neither. 3s and 2s meta
I'm guilty
is just
of ones,
pissed,
though.
Unfortunately.
That's all I do is play ones.
So
I'm
you get the same theme
because
out
Park
of
don't
these
have
three
it.
tweets, okay? One, it is the consistent gameplay. So when you sit back and think about Park when it first was implemented, the reason why people had no problem sitting around was because you only know what you know, okay? So with matchmaking coming into play, now sitting at the Park for, you know, 15, 20 minutes, and then for people just to get off the dots again, and then you have to go find another spot, right? Doesn't make any sense when you could literally just go in the theater and get consistent games over and over and over again.
No, facts.
Right? I mean, like, let's just keep it a stack. Let's keep it 100 here. There's no need, okay? Now, Power hit it straight on the head. If you want to get fast rep, you got to go into matchmaking. So a lot of the guys and gals that are literally just trying to get rep, trying to get starter 3, to get the cap breakers, whatever it is, do you really want to spend, if you only have 6 hours that day of gameplay to play 2K, do you really want to spend 40% of that time just sitting around? Think about it. You literally wait on the dots longer than the game actually lasts sometimes, right? Just keeping it a stack.
I mean,
you know what I mean? You can sit there and watch the most terrible 6 group of kids or guys or gals play a park game, and it will stay 6-6 for like 10 minutes. You're like, dog, like, this game is never going to end, right? Compared to theater, you can just continue to play games over and over and over again, all right?
Them
now,
games be terrible.
My solution, because I want to give a solution, give a problem and a solution. I feel the solution is that you got to make matchmaking put you in the park, right? Just like we do right now with theater, matchmaking needs to be put in the dark, in the park. So you go in the theater, or you go in the theater, whatever. You pick what you want to do, 3s, 2s, 1s, whatever, and then it loads you up into a park. Okay? And you're able to play those games with the park scenery, not none of these robots, stuff, like legit parks, man. Like, if you cannot get the IP for Venice Beach and Rucker Park and all that stuff, then make stuff that's similar to it. Let me feel like, I'm hooping in New York.
That's my second pause, but that's what I'm saying. But see, this is the problem, though. This is the problem. We either need, all right, this is the problem. When we was a part of Rivet, like the homies I used to run with, and some of the homies I still run with even to today, we from Philly. Like, you feel me? So it's like, yo, or like a lot of us lived in Philly, so we like, yo, we about to go run that Old Town, because Old Town looked like New York. It reminded us of New York. Like, it gave us that New York vibe. So we like, yo, we about to go smack up on some New York niggas. Or, oh no, bet we ain't running the Old Town today. All right, cool. Or we had enough of Old Town. We about to slide to Venice Beach. Like, we about to slide to Florida. You feel me? So all in all, like, we felt like, yo, even when you went to those type of parks, like, it was a vibe. So why not bring all 3 of those back? Or like, if you're gonna bring them back, just revamp them. There you go. Revamp River City. Revamp Old Town. Revamp Sunset. Make the parks bigger, right? Make the actual parks bigger, not the city, 2K, but the actual parks bigger. Have more runs, have more open courts for people to run on. If you have more open courts, dog, we should have at least 12 courts. Give us 12 courts. Old Town, 12 courts. Sunset, 12 courts. You know what I'm saying? Like, that'll be a good solution too. Everything don't have to be matchmaking, because what happens to the essence of what park was? Like, I'm a park player, heart and heart. But the reason why I don't play in park is because you don't always get 3s, and theater is more convenient to get 1s. So it's like, if y'all take the 1s out of the park, 2K, where is the solo player supposed to play? If players like me don't play rec or don't run with randoms, I don't run with randos like that. So for me, it's like, well, listen, I'm a one-man army. Let's rock. That's how I get down. So to mitigate that, I feel like they could give us a revamped Rivet City, Old Town, and Sunset. And it don't have to look like the OGs. Okay, cool. If y'all want to have the OG parks for the events, then have the OG parks for the events. But give us a new, updated Rivet City, Old Town, and Sunset.
Let me feel like I'm hooping in, Los Angeles. You know what I'm saying? Let me feel like I'm hooping just in some random park, in the hood, where like a lot of people play with the rims. You know what I'm saying? Let me get chain net rims. Let me get a couple with like one side got a net, the other side doesn't have a net. Let me get like real life park atmosphere. You know what I'm saying? Let me have that type of environment. You see what I'm saying? Let me have like some, some basic, bots just walking around, sitting, chilling on the fences and, that type of deal. You know what I'm saying? Have some girls
like
walk by. You know what I mean?
Have them cheering,
just like real life stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where you feel like you're genuinely playing in the park.
Nah, I rock with that.
My man Juice hit it right on the head. He said, we are in an unrealistic environment, but forced to play realistic sim basketball for a game mode that is supposed to be arcade, like with exclusive moves and animation. Games take too long to finish. We still have unnecessary shadows. I want 1v1, V1, 21 back. Right?
Come on, man.
He hit it right on the head again. You see what I'm saying? You have to give us a realistic park scenery, background, everything. Okay, let us feel like we're genuinely in the park. Do not have us waiting for games in the park, and make it strictly matchmaking. Now, I know what a lot of people, well, I won't say a lot of people, some people gonna say is, well, I like being, which again, it's not a lot, but maybe there's a lot, I don't know. Some people will say, well, I like, running around in the city, going on the dots and all that type of stuff, man. That's like a real, okay, cool. You know what? Then maybe, you have people that, maybe there's a court that has that, but all the other courts are just like matchmaking, like people just load up in it, boom, boom, boom. You know what I mean? I know some creators will be like, well, I like the idea of having, so many people around my dots and all that type of stuff.
Facts.
Well, the funny thing is, Davis,
that's the community.
Davis, man, he's just brilliant. Davis is new. Like, I'm Davis, he's no longer really active in the community but A&P, but Davis said this back in 2K19. When Davis was trying to like get empty server for himself, that type of deal. I feel like creators, bigger content creators, should have a way to get access to empty parks. Like, it's an exclusive server where they can just load in, and then they can just tell their fans like, yo, I'm here, y'all can all load in, the server can only hold this amount of people, but y'all can come in, y'all can play me, this and that, right? That gives the creators that is really the only group of people that can straight up just get consistent games over and over again, is when they go live. But the funny thing is, now there's not a lot of creators that really go in the park anyway to even have that environment anymore. Okay, so my solution, like I said, is to have a matchmaking where you load straight into a park. You're not loading into a theater, we get the same scenery over and over again. You load into a rotating 10 different parks over and over again, realistic backgrounds, real parks, chain nets, some that don't have nets, some of the backboards are missing, crooked, crack, you know what I mean? Everything. We don't want to play, and like, there's no such thing as a flawless park. Like, ain't nobody I know, especially not for me, when from Fayetteville, there was never a park that had like legit straight rims, all that type of stuff. And again, I'm not trying to say like you can have a couple of those, but like, give me some real ones where I can be like, dog, like this remind me of the one back home. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want. No waiting around no more, but we're loading into the parks. Get rid of, like, you can keep the 3v3, 2v2, 1v1, keep that whole thing, but let them load into park sceneries. Now, NBA Live 19, or was it 20, whatever it was, the last one they had, I love how you can just go matchmaking, load up, and you was in different parks. You was in like Rucker Park, you was in Venice Beach. That was dope. Bring those back, and then open up private servers for big creators.
Shout out to EA
I'm not going to sit there and have a number on it, but just like you do Twitch drops for certain people, certain creators definitely can have them. You know what I mean? That definitely legit has a big enough following that can do that. Off top of my head, I'm thinking about like Mo Buckets, Cole the Man, Joe Knows, I'm EJ, Nadex, Bullet TV. Like, again, if I left you out, I'm sorry. I don't watch a lot of streams, but those guys have a big enough following to where if they had a private server and they loaded in,
shout out to Mo, that's my guy.
They're going to be able to get consistent games. They get that whole environment, that feel back that we had from 2K20, 2K21, where like, creators were still able to get that crazy following lined up, people trying to play. Okay, so to me, those are the two major issues. It's the time constraints, waiting on those time constraints, and then of course the last, well, I didn't say gave one reason. The last reason, and Chamama hit it on the head, and he said shadows, lighting, lack of games, no diversity in play styles as what we had before.
Man, that's a big one.
Like, no looks is cool, but it goes off theme of basketball. Need park scenery. I talked about that. Layout of courts, color designs for the court for seasons. So
So much
basically,
truth to that.
Chumama's hitting on the same thing I was talking about. The first thing is matchmaking. The second thing is just the scenery, right? And that type of deal. The shadows and lighting, right? That has always been an issue for some reason since we've been on next gen in the city,
your boy, dumb
playing
tired,
with
chat.
like Transformers in the background, you know, like pirate ships. Like I feel like we had a theme park.
Poseidon
you know what I mean?
out that line.
That's not really the parks that we play on. I just don't know any outdoor park. You know what I mean? Like I just want that scenery back.
Man.
I think that's the reason why Rivet, when they have that, you know, people love Rivet and you know they love those older parks because they do feel like an actual park scene. But again, you know, there's a lot of other issues, but I feel like if we can just correct those two.
Let me know down in the comment section below what affiliation you was a part of. I'm talking about the real affiliation.
And I think
the
park
real
will be
one,
great
not
again.
this new
Let me know in the comment
we
section
got
what
right
you
now,
think.
man.
Does this make sense? Am I, you know, cooking with grease? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Is this a good idea? But again, I'm open for conversations. But other than that, it's your favorite old head, Uncle Demi. I'll be back really.
All right, so man, shout out to Uncle Demi, man. Links to his video, to this actual video is gonna be in the comment section below. Great video, man. Like I really think that if the community come together, we can get something great, man.